Looks like a leopard.
The Big Five, a term that originated in the 19th century indicating the 5 most dangerous animals to hunt in Africa: lion, leopard, buffalo, elephant and rhino. Fast forward a few hundred years and the term is still used today, not only by hunters but by ecotourists as well. We decided to bring the two worlds together and create a series with a hybrid style of hunting. Welcome to the Big Five Photo Hunting Series. If you ask anyone what animal they missed on their safari to Africa, chances are they would say leopard. These rosetted cats are elusive, masters of camouflage, and only allow you to see them when they feel like it. We knew we had our work cut out for us, and even though we knew the chances were slim, we were excited to try and find one and photo hunt it. This afternoon, we're on the hunt for leopard. And this is by far the most difficult video that we're going to be shooting for this series, just because leopard are super shy and secretive animals. We're not going to be walking leopard because that is extremely dangerous. So what we're actually going to be doing is we're just going to go park off in a very good spot where we know there's leopard activity. Valdo has some inside information on that for us, and we're just basically going to sit there. It's nice late in the afternoon now, the sun is going to set in the next hour, and we're going to be nice and quiet and calm, and we're basically just going to wait, and hopefully this leopard will pop up into the open for us to get a shot at it. So we arrived in the spot where we're going to be sitting and hunting for this leopard, and like I mentioned earlier, we're just going to sit here, we're just going to wait, and we're basically going to hope for the best. One, because we don't want to bump into a leopard in this thick vegetation on foot and get ourselves into an unnecessary tricky situation, and two, this is pretty much our best chance at actually seeing one where we are at the moment. So why don't you tell us just a little bit about the dynamics of the leopard here on MONGENA?
Yeah, so Vian, there's been wild leopards in the area for, I would say, forever probably. This used to be old farmlands back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, even longer actually, 20 years ago. But we've seen an increase in leopard activity in the last, I would say, 2 years.
Okay.
Positively picked up on tracks, fresh tracks, then started with sightings, occasional sightings at night.
Yeah.
And then also picking them up on trail cameras that we have positioned along the river and so forth, you know.
Yeah.
So this bridge and this river system is where they typically hang out a lot, where we pick them up most of the time. We also recently discovered a kill up a tree not too far from here, actually just like I think 200 meters behind us. Okay. So there's definitely a lot of activity in the area. There's been, we've had a strawberry leopard come into the area as well, which is a very rare genetic variation of a normal leopard. Yeah. So essentially they've, instead of black rosettes, they've got red rosettes, like a reddish shine to it. So it's got like a strawberry color. So we first picked that up on the game count about 2 years ago. And then we started seeing him. We've got drone footage of him. One of the wildlife monitors got drone footage of him. And then we've actually started seeing him on game drive as well.
That's cool.
Up until last week, we also had a sighting of him. So yeah, it's definitely getting more and more. We did introduce a male and a female as well that were captured close to informal settlements in the northwest. So we just relocated them, tried to habituate them to an extent, and then released them. And the female we've seen crossing over here as well, this bridge along this river system. And we presume they mated, the male and the female mated as well.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely an increase in activity. This is actually where I saw my last leopard, was on this bridge. Okay. So yeah, I mean it's still, they're still very wild as such, but it's getting there. You know, it has to start somewhere. Yeah. Sightings are getting more frequent as we go. Yeah. So that is exactly why we're going to be sitting here for probably about an hour until it gets dark. We've got the spotlight with us, I see, so we might
as we drive out, maybe spot a little bit and see if we actually can spot some spots or some rosettes actually, and hopefully we just get lucky.
Yeah, let's try. I mean, that's all we can do.
That's all we can do. We sat and watched and waited and waited and waited some more, but no joy. So we've been sitting here for over 2 hours now, and unfortunately, no luck. We kind of half expected it. We were very hopeful that we would see something. The good thing now is we are going to be driving, and we'll still be searching as we're driving and using the spotlights and that kind of thing. The only challenge that we have with driving around and looking at night is that if they hear you coming, they tend to disappear into thickets before you tend to actually see them.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why we decided, rather than driving around the whole time and looking, we wanted to sit and wait and hopefully get one coming towards us. Yeah. But we're kind of reaching our cutoff time. Unfortunately, we can't sit here any longer. So we're going to drive around a little bit back to the lodge and do our thing, and if we're lucky, we can find a leopard that's starting to get active. This is perfect time of day for leopard activity in terms of them getting active and hunting and finding food and that kind of thing. So we might actually still get lucky. I mean, you never know. It's not over until it's over.
Exactly.
So that's what we're going to do. But yeah, if we don't find a leopard now, it is what it is. That's how it goes with the leopard.
It's the bush for you. I mean, we've seen it so much throughout this series.
If you had to kind of explain this moment of sitting and waiting and being hopeful to a leopard, like to someone who's never been to Africa, who's never seen leopard, like, how would you explain that to someone? Like, what?
I think you could, you know, it's anticipation.
Yeah.
You just don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I mean, something could come around the back of us, something could come around the corner up ahead.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
And again, like we've seen throughout this whole series, is you just don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
It can be good, it can be bad. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, up until now, we haven't been lucky with the leopard.
Yeah.
But it's exhilarating, yeah. Just sitting here and knowing they are here.
Yeah.
And they could be one watching us at this very
100%.
moment, for all we know.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that's just how elusive they are. That's why it's so special seeing them.
Exactly. I think other than the leopard, I would say this entire series has been a great success.
It has, 100%.
I mean, we've found everything we wanted to find. It's maybe taken us a couple of attempts, or we've needed some help from one or two other people, but we've been on foot with all the big five, other than the leopard, obviously. And it's just been such an amazing series to shoot.
It's been special. Yeah.
But yeah, I think let's get out of here. We're going to go have a beer. We're going to do a braai and celebrate the end of this series.
Look, leopard!
Oh, yo! You actually got me! I like legit thought there was one, Baldu. No!
And cut.
See, that's how hopeful you can be when you're like out here looking for these things. Jeez, man. We drove around for quite a while, ever hopeful that the spotlight would catch those glaring eyes in the darkness. But it wasn't meant to be, so we decided to call it a day, knowing that someday we'll be back trying to photo hunt a leopard once again.
Vian. I think I see a leopard.
What?
I think I see a leopard.
Where?
Do you see that?
No, I don't. Where's it?
No, it's just free prizes.
Baldu. We partnered up with Outdoor Photo to give away free camera gear gift vouchers in every episode of this series. And in order for you to win, you first need to answer the question at the end of this video and leave it in the comments section below. Then like, subscribe and share it with all your friends to get them to join in. This week's winner will be announced at the end of next week's episode, so make sure that you don't miss it. And remember, if you answer correctly in every episode, your name will go into a lucky draw for a chance to win an all-inclusive Big 5 Safari experience at the 4-star MONGENA private game lodge. And don't worry, if you've discovered the series a little bit late, I've got you. You can just go back and watch all the episodes and leave your answer and still stand a chance to win this safari package, because we're only going to announce the winner at the very end of the series. It's finally that time of the episode where I get to pick one lucky winner for the Outdoor Photo camera gear gift voucher. Now, I have been getting a bit of trouble from the previous random comment picker that I've been using, so I found a different one. It's not as flashy, but it does the job. So let's see who's this week's lucky winner. Alright, loading comments and draw. Who? Daniel Ruiz. White rhinodung, mostly grass, whereas black rhinodung consists mainly of twigs. Bitten at a 45 degree angle. You got the answer correct. You are this week's lucky winner. Hit me up on Instagram so that I can send you your voucher details. And remember guys, we still have 2 more gift vouchers that we're going to be giving away, and we're still giving away the big, amazing, spectacular Big 5 Safari experience at the end of this series. So make sure you stay tuned, share it with your friends, and make sure you keep commenting, because you just might win an all expenses paid safari for 2. What is a strawberry leopard?